Awesome. I am going to record this session, so if you do not want to be on the camera, turn your video off, but I would love to see your shining faces. And I'm excited and thrilled to have Suzy here as our speaker. So I'm going to kick this stage off to Suzy, and I'm going to go ahead and mute myself.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Let me start here. Okay. Let us... Okay, I'm lost here, guys. Just a minute. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Your screen is pulled up. We just have to put it on the presentation style.
Okay.
Which I think is...
Okay.
I believe if you hit...
Can you see, right?
Yes. Now you've got it. Perfect.
Okay. Hey, guys. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you. Thank you to Jennifer for this opportunity. I'm so excited to be with you today. Hope you guys have an incredible Labor Day weekend. I feel very honored to be part of the G.R.I.T community. G.R.I.T community feels like home to me, and to be called a G.R.I.T author and international bestseller is even an amazing thing for me that I take this to my heart. So thank you so much. I'm very glad to be here and share a little bit about my story with you, what I do, and how I was in this involved with Jennifer Bardot and her project with the G.R.I.T Anthology. So I start with this slide. As you see, my intention book, as my chapter was part of this anthology last year and was amazing. My name is Suzy Barbosa. I am a Brazilian immigrant from Brazil, South America. I have been in St. Louis for 15 years, and my connection to this city is even deeper because my town has close ties with St. Louis. So before I came here, actually, I already in St. Louis somehow. So when I came to St. Louis, I have no connection. I have no friends, no job. So was really a call to embrace my strength at the same time my vulnerability. I didn't have anyone to connect. I didn't have a community, and I was feeling lost, feel alone. One way to be well connected was look for my village. That's when I reached out first for my Brazilian community, and I met this lady called Cileia Miranda. At the time, she was well connected, well involved with St. Louis leaders, Webster Groves, and Latino community. And she introduced me to the community. She started me introduced to people and network events and conferences, and that's really opened the door for me to be involved with St. Louis region. So for the first 2 years, I was under Cileia, help and support, encouragement, as I was little by little finding my village, my community, and support other Brazilian women. He was arriving in St. Louis and didn't know no one, didn't know any resources, didn't know where to go. So, and then last year was amazing. I was nominated by Gabriela Ramirez to be part of the G.R.I.T community. And she introduced me to Jennifer and all this amazing G.R.I.T anthology that I was incredibly excited to be part. So I would just say the power of intention, yes, right? We did say yes, and then we let things happen. I found those two women, I'm talking about Jennifer and Gabriela, very inspiring leaders. They help me to see myself, my strength, review my goals, my values, and what I was doing add value to this community. So they did one ES with so many results, right? To be part of the community, look for support, encouragement. So that's really a deep ES for me, very intentional, because when I was writing my story was difficult. I always had in mind to write something about my personal story, especially about my grandma, but I didn't find the way to do that. I was afraid. I think I was afraid to recognize my identity, to reflect on my roots. But at the same time, I was scared to know myself. So say yes for me was one way to find my voice. And I think Jennifer and Gabriela are amazing to do that. They just guide you, encourage you to be heard, to be seen. And that's how I feel saying yes to the great community. And I also be thankful to Gabriela for introducing me to this amazing woman, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. So during the process was very difficult. It's about my personal story with especially with my grandma. I came from a very difficult family, a dysfunctional family. I was, since my 15 years old, after my parents got divorced, raised by my grandparents, especially my grandma and my mom was my rock, and they were my first mentors. So write my story was this moment that we find your voice. By the same time, you have to learn to forgive yourself. Uh, we go through so much pain, stress, anxiety. We feel guilt for everything. What you did wrong, we start to feel this weakness on you that you are the problem. So I start all the problems, the challenge that all the problems that I see during my writing my story, I was transferred as a challenge. Where could I grow? Where could I be myself without guilt? So that lead as well to the faith. Writing my story was a moment that I really to have to strengthen my beliefs in God, that God didn't put us here for no reason. I was feeling down, and many times I say, God, please help me. What's going on? And it was a moment to recognize that He loved me. He loved us the way we are. We don't have to. We need to grow, but we don't have to please others to be accepted. And so that's an act of faith for me. It really was. I was many times in silence. I was crying. I was in prayer. And that was a big step for me. I was growing up. I have the Catholic faith really on me with my grandparents, with my mom. But I think for the first time, I really feel this connection deeply with God, that He got you. You are not alone. We and that all the aspects of feeling shame, embarrassed, that you want to overcome. And I learned also to ask for help. I felt that I was not obligated to do this journey by myself, and I was really good at accept help, look for others. I start reach out to other women, attend the events, participate in other network where I could hear other people's stories, and that was a really amazing for me because I thought I was alone. I thought I was only myself who was going through so much suffering. When I heard other women's stories, I saw that they were in the same path that I was. They was finding the voice. They tried to forgive themselves. They tried to strengthen the faith. So, and that was a light for me. I really felt that was an amazing moment to look at me and feel proud of myself. I have so many things that I still have to learn, but these women leaders helping gave me hope to look to the future with more, being more optimistic, more intentional. So another thing when I came here, I didn't take my education for granted. When I came here I didn't know English very well. So 1 week in St. Louis, after 1 week in St. Louis, I went to St. Louis Community College and I enrolled in my English as second language. And it was amazing because I was not only learning another language, but I was very involved in the St. Louis community. I met so many amazing students, Latinas, and for other countries, and they were in the same path journey days that I was. So together we were like looking for our identity, refining our goals, our values, and education empower me to be myself as well, right? To grow as a leader. So I was in St. Louis Community College for 4 years as I was doing my ESL, but at the same time, I associate degree in business administration. And during these 4 years, I was involved with outreach programs. I was involved in student professional development, and we did so many other international club with other people discuss about identity, about find your voice, find your community, and not only receive, but give to the community. So that's why I was in connection as well with the International Institute. I started volunteer and help other immigrants like me find more resources. So when I look back this past 4 years, I feel God, thank you so much for putting all those women in front of me, in my path, because they always are, every woman that I have met, they tell me how education is powerful. You cannot take for granted. You always will be in continual education. You always will be with this mindset that you don't know everything. It's okay sometimes to say, I don't know, but you need to educate yourself about your identity, about your roots, about professional development, about community. So I take education as a holistic approach. Every time I go somewhere, I try to listen. I try to learn. So that's for me, it's one intention that I need to look all the time what I am learning. How can I learn? How I can continue open my ears, my heart, my eyes, and put education as a mindset. So, and as well, I went to after St. Louis Community College, I went to Webster University. I got two great scholarship where I graduated with a bachelor degree in business administration. And that was really, really good because Webster also is like a home for me. I met so many people. They were well connected with the community and they provided me many resources. Many education opportunities, scholarships, and the other events that strengthen my involvement, my connection with the community. I met many other Latinas there, and we started doing simple talk and share what we were, what we could do better for our community, and involved more young people in their education. Because most of the eyes, when we come from another country, we want to do things, but sometimes we are lost in the direction where to go, where to take. So you are like doing intentionally how to gather people to be involved in the community, looking for resources, but share with others what St. Louis has to offer. So that's really good at being at Webster. And I'm still connect with my advisors. I'm still connect with many students there. They also are doing a great job in the community. So I I really feel Webster was more than I feel welcome there. Webster welcome me. And I'm grateful for this. So I really want to read my last two sentences of my book. allowed me to share a little bit with you what I say in the end. Reflect on my life's intention, installed in me by my grandma and grandpa. I now know that my personal roots and origin have been fundamental to my self-discovery, identity, and belonging. With this knowledge, I can own and assume my life. We cannot pick our ideal family, but I learned how to accept mine. I am very grateful for who I am and how I continue to grow. My personal traits are a part of my ancestors, and I am so blessed with the gifts of life. I feel the diversity in my veins, and the more intentional it is, the more able I am to accept it. I also accept and rejoice that I'm not alone. I have my ancestry, I have my own family. Encounter new partners constantly, and I am constantly called to embrace new aspects of my journey. Each of our life's experiences are uniquely ours. So let's be proud. Let's be intentional about it. So this since last year, I'm taking really serious how to live intentionally. I make a connection. I support my community. I'm involved now with Viva Brazil Association. This organization has been helping so many Brazilians to settle, to help, to support the Brazilian community in St. Louis. Right now, I'm board member of the Hispanic Leaders Group, which has been fundamental for me to help my Latino community and open many doors. We do educational sessions. We educate people about vote, about civic engagement, and also we welcome new Latinos in St. Louis. And now that I'm part of the G.R.I.T community, every time I go to other events, especially in person, I always meet someone new that open doors for me. That's incredible. uh, so that's my story. I really thank you for listening for this for my voice, for my story, for my life. I want to stay connected with you all. Jennifer has been amazing with that. She always reach out by email, by phone, by message, by LinkedIn. She's really incredibly supportive, encouraging me all the time to be myself, to be a leader, to be a woman in this community. And I feel grateful for the G.R.I.T community, for all the doors they open for me and continue opening. And as I am now work at the International Institute in Business Development, I work very closely with small business. We have a lending program, but at the same time, I support them in the the beginning of the business. So that's about connect. It's about small business business plan, market taxes, everything they need to begin the entrepreneurship life. And most of them, sometimes they don't know the language. That's also so many barriers they have to overcome. So that's what I do at the International Institute, besides welcome and support with financial resources, immigrants, entrepreneurs. We also do so many community engagement with our community in many ways, especially outreach programs with the Latino community and the other diversity groups. And please feel welcome to come to the international, when you can, to visit us and support our mission. And as I begin with the intention, the G.R.I.T community, I now would like to share my new chapter with the Latina Risings. That's the new book that will be launched on September 26th. So stay tuned for our launch. It has been also an amazing opportunity. This Latina Rising book is led by Gabriela Ramirez and Esmeralda Iron, and they are part of the G.R.I.T community as well, one with the Resilience book and tenacity book is Esmeralda. So I feel like now it's very intentional to write my story, to be an author. It's very intentional to make my voice heard. And I always say that it does have to be perfect. It has to be authentic. And that's why I'm trying to be now. I don't have to hide anything. That's me. I just need to be open to grow, open to receive all those knowledge, diversity, unity that came for women leaders like you. So thank you so much for this moment, and I appreciate you for taking the time to be here with me and Jennifer. If you have any comment, any question, please let me know.
Thank you so much, Suzy. I don't know if anybody has any questions for Suzy, but if they would like to unmute.
Thank you for sharing your story.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome.
I think that
Thank you for continue.
you are the person that I admire most in all of the world, in all of humanity, in terms of stepping into another complete world, knowing no one, and just making the success and then sharing it out so others can be inspired by that and know that they're perfectly capable of doing that if they're willing to. So thank you.
Welcome.
This is Joe. Yeah, thank you so much and for sharing your story with the world, because people need to hear that, because a lot of times I think people think they're the only ones. So it's wonderful that you shared your heart, because I think we all need to be more open. So thank you.
I also think, kind of to piggyback off of what Joe said, a lot of people think that they're the only ones, or that they're stuck on an island in their own struggles, right? And when you can share your struggles, or even just lead by example, then that kind of like opens up everyone else around you, because now your heart is open and you're sharing, and then they feel like maybe they can ask questions or reach out. Because I don't know if any of the other strong entrepreneurial females on this here panel can relate, but when you're growing, and you're used to doing everything on your own, you're a little, I guess you could say, hyper independent. You don't know how to ask questions or how to ask for help, right? So we just kind of get stuck down this like rabbit hole of self-improvement. So for you to consistently make yourself available for other women that need some of the same things that you needed while you were growing, that just speaks volumes. And there needs to be more of us out there that can do that, that can be available.
Thank you so much. I feel like I I was raised and educated by strong women like my mom and my grandma. So when I connect with Jennifer, with the G.R.I.T community, I felt again how strong we are. I felt that we don't have to compete with each other. We have to collaborate more. And that's how I feel with the G.R.I.T community. So many women leaders. I really know that we have so many challenges, the culture, the society, the norm, so many things imposed on us as women. But honestly, I have seen most of the women that I'm connect right now in St. Louis, they are amazing women. They are so strong. They really add value to our community. That's making me so proud to be close to many women leaders that really want to help others. That's really is amazing. I feel so grateful, very proud of know so many women that they have done so much for the St. Louis community for many of us.
I feel like I've been on such a quest to get out of fight or flight and get this business moving so that I can provide for my family and for my grandchildren, and so that, you know, those below me or after me or behind me didn't have to struggle the way I did. And I didn't really get to do as much in the community. And in the past couple of years, any chance that I get to become involved is just a step closer to finding myself more. Suzy, don't you feel like the more you build relationships with other women, you actually come into yourself?
I totally agree. That's how I feel. I never feel so strong, so brave when I start to connect with more women. Honestly, I say that a lot to Jennifer, to Gabriela. Every time I met with other women, I really feel the power, the energy is so good. And
Yeah.
I brag a lot about you guys, the grit community. But honestly, I really agree with you. Every time I met other women for the grit community, I felt this connection. I can discover myself. I can be more brave, courageous, because I was afraid. I really was afraid to use my voice because of guilt, stress, so many things. And I start to redefine this. So yeah, I totally agree. I feel like the more we meet each other, the more we grow, the more we are called to be ourselves. Thanks for saying
Yeah,
that.
that's
I love it.
beautiful. Mm-hmm.
I put my email if you guys want to connect, but also I am on LinkedIn. I don't know if you guys would you like to connect, please let's connect. And I hope to see you guys all the time. And anyone is welcome here at the International Institute if you'd like a tour or discuss more about opportunities we have here for women and other programs that we have for immigrants. Um, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Jennifer, for this opportunity. And thank you for always supporting me. I know you have been so busy, but always have time for us. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing your story. It's such an inspiration. And thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I'll make sure to put this on the Grit Community YouTube station. And then we have a couple of more events this month to look forward to. So I hope your September is kicking off well. Thank you again, Suzy.
Thank you, guys.